I'm Rick Grant sitting today with Tom Roberts. Now, Tom, you're a volunteer for the Sheboygan Theater Company here in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and you've got a big event coming up very soon, actually this weekend. Tell us about it.
Sure. It's the 90th season Taproom Takeover over at Three Sheeps. This is supporting the Sheboygan Theater Company. And we've got a lot of things going on as far as just getting exposed to the volunteer base over there. And also, we're going to be having some Dungeons and Dragons tables there too, which you're able to register for. We'll talk little bit more about that.
Well, all right, now you've piqued my interest. Let's talk a little bit more about that now. What's the connection between D&D and live theater? How did that come about?
As a tradition, if you boil them down, it's really about storytelling at the end of the day. Dungeons and Dragons as a game is 50 years old, and theater is thousands and thousands of years old. But people getting together and telling stories is really the connection there. And while it's a little different setting for sure, we're not going to be on the stage. It's a little more collaborative and a little more we could call it improv at the table. Rolling dice, sure, following the rule sets and using the mechanics, but really, if you boil it down, it's people telling a story together, which is the same that happens on stage.
Wow, now I've been gonna date myself here, but I've been playing D&D since 1979. It's a great, but I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to play with real actors who could bring their characters like that. That potentially could be a lot of fun.
That could be. I mean, there's a lot of different flavors and players that come to the table, but when you put actors in the room, it's a lot of strange voices that come out, and a lot of people seizing opportunities to make funny or interesting things happen. It's good.
All right, now speaking of different things happening, you're going to have a range of games running, and they're all going to be tied, I understand, to the 90th season production. So how does that happen, and what are we talking about?
So yeah, exactly. We have four shows on the main stage this year at Sheboygan Theater Company, starting off with The Little Mermaid, and then into Christmas Carol, into the Woods, and then lastly Rent. We have a table based around each one of those as dead on as being in the same setting as each one of those shows take place in, or just using thematic material. And from there, it's they're all welcome to any age or experience level. So you just show up, grab a character sheet, some dice, and a pencil, and you're able to get off running. We have experienced dungeon masters who are able to help anyone that may need a little bit of help here or there if you haven't played in a long time or if you never have before.
That sounds fantastic. Now I can picture in my mind what a game of D&D might be built around the Little Mermaid, because you've got mer people in D&D, and you've got the gods beside and whatnot, and also the Christmas Carol, Into the Woods. But how are you going to do it for Rent?
For Rent, I mean the stories of people trying to scrounge pennies together that pay the rent isn't exactly just a setting that happened in the 90s or 80s. It's a tale as old as time, really, and that's going to carry over to a wealthy land baron who may meet with a peaceful protest or potentially an angry mob. We'll see what's going to happen with that.
All right, I love it. Now, how can people sign up, find out more, make sure they don't miss out on this great opportunity to play?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find information on Facebook. You can also go to stcshows.org and look at upcoming events. The Taproom Takeover is there. Either way, once you get to that page, there is a registration link there, suggested donation seats, if you will. Please give what you can. Come have a seat. It's a 2-hour session. Just provide your name and email, quick and easy, and we'll run from there.
Fantastic. We've been talking to Tom Roberts. Tom, you'll be there, Three Sheeps, this coming Sunday. I'll be there too, and I hope you are. Maybe we'll get to play some games together. Thanks
That'd be
again, Tom.
great.